Welcome to Tylervision, Intense TV. I'm your host, Robert Louis Tyler I, and tonight we're going to have on our show this evening, Danny Thomas will also be in here, and my co-host will be here, Roland Martinez, KSVY Radio personality tonight. And we're going to have a very special guest on our very special episode tonight, Sargent Tucker, Grammy Award nominated Sargent Tucker will be on the show tonight. We're going to be promoting his new promotions and events that are going on this evening. And I was just going to tell you, I had to go to the doctor the other day, right? So I got to go. The next 2 days, I can't eat anything, right? No food, right? So I got to go in. I said, I think, well, maybe you have cancer or something. Right. You know, so they said, so I got to go in over in Vallejo, right? So they're going to, so if I die, next week, Roro will be the new host of the show. And I'm going to have my pallbearers are going to be Monica on this side, right? And she's like almost 4 foot. And I'll have my creative consultant, Robert Sanders. He's about 6'7". Have him on the other side. So that way everybody can see me as they walk. I have all the tall people in this short, as I walk down, you know, bring them in, right? So the doctor said he wanted me to send him some crap in the mail, literally, right? He said, send me some crap in the mail. I got to check it. So I'm glad he didn't want me to send me some junk mail, like after you get circumcised, what's left over, you know, something, right? So, see, I said I had 6 months to live, maybe, and I said, I don't have enough money to pay for the visit, so he gave me extension, say I got one year, right? So on his worldwide whirlwind tour, right now I want to introduce Sargent Tucker to the show. Welcome on the show, Sargent. How's it going? Yeah, glad you could make it here. You know, just do it. I like that. What was that little track we were just hearing? That little music there. Is that Sassy?
That's the single from the Simply Sargent Tucker album that's out. Just came out November 22nd. Yeah, that's Sassy.
And how did you come about to write that? How was that inspired?
Good question. It was just inspired by just basically actually. My cousin liked to dance a lot. And we were in the garage one day, and he was just play something I could dance to, and I started talking about a woman, just making it up. And but Sassy is a good person. She's a role model.
Right. Yeah, I like that.
She's a role model.
It's a nice little jam there. It's like pretty creative. You know,
Thank you.
You know?
It's
got a good beat to
it's
it.
Fun. It's fun.
And you know, you were talking about. People that you worked with, I've dealt with Bill Cosby myself personally. Mm-hmm. And you're saying Bill Cosby, the Spinners, Earth, Wind and Fire, Miracles, and Roller Coaster, Ohio Players, right?
Yeah.
Whispers, Prince.
Yeah, I never really worked with Prince. Just my music, the music director for Prince, Levi Caesar, produced this album.
Right.
That was the Prince connection there. Yeah.
But yeah, I dealt with Bill Cosby. He's like a little difficult to work with. I don't know.
What an honor.
He can be kind of a bonehead, but as he was saying, like, one of his advice would be like, don't let too many people tell you what to do. Boom. and he was the first comedian ever to break $1 billion, so I guess he knows what he's talking about. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know. And tell us a little bit about the nominee.
Well, what happened, I'll go from
the Grammy.
We did some stuff as kids, and that, when I was recently asked in the interview with the Vallejo Heralds about the things that really you remember what impacted you, and it came up two things not really being about monetary. Is one, Bill Cosby, because I was a kid, so he was an idol. So that was like kind of like, wow, how do you forget that? And just the way he interacted with us, we were teenagers, and to be able to open for him, perform with him, and even in the back dressing room, it was just hilarious. So he's just real. As far as the other folks, we worked for a company called Universal Productions out of the Bay Area, and what would happen, they would bring in a lot of acts, so we got a chance to open for the Spinners, Miracles, Whispers, all that.
Wow.
Ohio Players were like a regular. They come through every year.
Yeah, those guys are cool.
Yeah, back in the day, you know. So that was, yeah.
And Spinners too. I mean, they're pretty hot
Spinners,
too.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
And it was funny. We were we were like a teenage group,
right?
And so we got to meet these people at a very young age, and it was just like really amazing. Yeah.
That's cool. You got any events coming up pretty quick here? Or
yeah, we're gonna
want to promote. Or?
Yeah, we're gonna be at Silos, November 30th.
Wow, that's right here in Napa.
That's here in Napa.
And that's downtown.
Downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Downtown Napa. And what's the date you got?
It's November 30th. And it's a family and friends event, you know, because it's Thanksgiving weekend. So if people are in town, very safe place to go to. We're looking forward to that one. Yeah.
So that's coming up right quick.
Yeah, a
Well,
couple
the
weeks.
show will be rebroadcast on Saturday night, late, about 11:30. So if
Okay.
anybody's hearing it, too.
Okay.
And then also we'll be on Comcast 28, St. Helena through American Canyon, and we'll be on Uverse 99 Bay Area and internationally online. Also YouTube, Tylervision 707.
Okay.
We'll capture the show, compress it, upload it to YouTube, share it to Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and all that.
Beautiful.
So everybody can get this information out. To promote you for this Silos.
Yeah, should be fun.
Coming up pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
And what do you have any other? And that's you said November 30th, right?
Yes, right.
On a Saturday.
Yeah.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Okay.
We just finished at the Phoenix over in San Rafael. And
Right.
after Silos, we're going to be going to Roanoke Park doing Quincy's. So
Roanoke Park?
Yeah.
Quincy's?
Yes.
Okay, right
That'd be
after that.
December 14th.
And so Silos is down at 530 Main Street in Napa Valley, Cali, 94559. The phone number is 251-85833. So,
Yeah.
Oh, if you guys have any, can we do live call-in? Would that be all right? Anybody had questions and stuff? You up to
Fine.
that?
Sure.
Okay, if you guys have any live call-ins, you want to do a live call-in on the live TV show, ask any questions here for Danny or Roland or myself, but mostly for Sargent Tucker right here. It's 280-6547. Again, 280-6547. Yeah, and so 280-6547. It's in the credits if you want to call us while the credits are rolling in the show, right? So, and now you were talking about Will Smith and the 2011 Hollywood Global Happiness Day, right?
Yeah.
With Dr. Shelley Sykes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
What happened, and it's interesting how you go through an early part of this music business thing, and it's all fun, and then you end up with something that's really some substance to it, because I didn't understand the science behind the happiness movement.
Right.
This gentleman named Edwin Adebre, he's a CEO of his own company. He started the I'm Happy Project. I worked for the guy years ago, did some stuff, and he called me and he said, I want you to write this happiness song. And I have to admit, when he first said this to me, I was like, okay, a happiness song. And then he started explaining to me, he was talking to me about the science behind it and how happy people don't hurt people and happy children, and just, I went like, whoa, this is kind of, So I wrote this song called I'm Happy, 2010. We did the first Global Happiness Summit on the USS Hornet there in Alameda. And our producer, the guy, Levi Caesar, again, Prince's music director, produced that song too.
Oh, he did, yeah.
And he performed with us live for that. So what happened, Shelley was there. So because I Am Happy is just a song with no, it's the theme song now.
Shelley Sykes.
Yeah, Shelley Sykes was there. So that's how I ended up going to L.A. to do it in a bigger event.
Nice.
And this is an international event. And Will Smith and Ellen, they were all the honorees.
Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah, they were honorees for that.
Honorees?
Yeah, so it was kind of cool.
That's kind of exciting.
Very
That's kind of a positive vibe. And
Oh, yeah,
everything's
very.
All the people are like, they're like,
Yeah.
not a lot of negative,
Oh,
it's
all
it's
positive.
all just a new concept.
Yeah.
Like, right?
I equate it to the peace movement of the 60s. You know, everybody was about peace.
Yeah, I could see that.
So happiness
exactly.
is just trying to change your mindset to just being happy.
Boy, howdy. Because it'd be like, it's not like some of the gangster rap where they're all talking about killing somebody and shooting somebody, which I was kind of into for a while, in the 80s, right? So, but it's more positive thing.
Oh, it's extremely
and like you're
positive.
saying, happiness, like they don't really go out and shoot someone, kill someone, because if you're happy, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, not like, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, that's just a wonderful program to just be presented to, and then to come out in that way. It's good experience and of course exposure, but it's a good cause. I mean, you don't really think about what you're getting out of it, on that thing. But like I'm seeing the names of the people that you were, I guess, acquainted with and idols and everything. I asked him this question last week and everything, and I want to ask you as a musician as well. I write songs, and sometimes I feel like when I'm listening to the radio or so, I feel like music ideas have kind of run out. Do you ever have a time when you're, I need to make something that is totally different from what's out there? Do you feel that sometimes there's a bucket of songs that's just kind of running low on ideas?
I don't know. It's funny you'd ask that, because I mean, I read a lot. From a scientific standpoint, musically, they say after 4 bars, there's nothing new, or whatever that number is. 8 bars, there's no notes. And that's something scientifically proven.
Yeah.
But I don't think ideas ever go out.
Yeah.
So it's just taking something and having an idea, because everybody's so different. Doing this other interview, this guy asked me, say, well, kind of the same line of thinking. There was a music teacher that said something one time, I never forgot it. And I would see these guys, and they could really play phenomenal musicians. And he said, well, I teach all the students their gift, how to bring their gift out, because music is not like running a marathon or running a sprint.
Right.
Get the competition,
not a competition
out.
Yeah,
it's a contrast.
The creative.
Yeah, and I was like really blown away by how he was explaining to me, well, this guy does this really well, but I'm looking for your gift.
So kind of think outside the box.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know, and just
Everybody's
reach out
different.
there and grab something and
your
bring that
feeling,
idea.
Yeah, everybody's different. So if you just keep everything to the basic who you are and just find out who you are, I think it's a lot more honest. And you can't help but be different because we're all different.
Right. See if we got one live call in. Right.
You bring home some milk. That's probably what that call is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Well, while he's
And caller, you're off the air.
You're right.
So go ahead.
Yeah, you forgot the bacon. You gotta bring home the eggs and milk. Yeah.
Yeah. So we get like calls like people get cold feet right now. So,
They want to see if the show's real, I guess. So they just call.
is it live or is it Memorex? Right?
Probably,
Yes.
probably somebody from Cell
We
Block,
sing
Block
until this
8.
glass breaks right here and find out.
Somebody from Cell Block 8 was making a one phone call on you and
Oh yeah,
just
we got
lost it. Yeah.
we got that captive audience out
Yeah.
there. There's like the Napa jailhouse. They can only stay tuned to this station. It's kind of their punishment. No, I'm just kidding.
How awesome would that
They
be?
can't. They don't have a remote to change it, so
Yeah,
they're stuck there, right?
stuck behind a cage. How awesome would that be if
Captive
you
audience.
actually got to work with Prince?
Oh, I would love to work with Prince. I'm a big fan of just good music.
Yeah.
I mean, Prince would be fine. There's a lot of guys I would have liked to have worked with or performed with.
Playing the
but, you know,
bass, who were your idols growing up on bass?
See, here's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
It was Paul McCartney and James Jamerson.
Yeah.
And I had a music teacher in 8th grade, and it was so funny. Mr. Alexander would never let me play with my thumb.
Yeah.
I played the upright bass, the big fiddle.
Right.
I hated it. It wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And you wasn't gonna catch no girls playing the big fiddle.
It was like a violin.
So
on
like
stand.
a violin,
Yeah, it's like
standing, and they had a bow to it. That
but-
really made it really uncool.
Yeah.
And man, I got so many erases thrown at me.
It's like a giant
Because
violin.
as soon as he walked out the room, I was trying to play the blues, or I was trying to get somebody's he called the electric bass the hot rod. Get that thing out of here. Yeah. You know, it's funny, Quincy Jones was the first person to ever use electric bass.
Is that right?
In orchestra. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Until recently.
Yeah.
He was the first orchestra to ever use electric bass.
Wow.
Quincy Jones, amazing.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Now he puts out some stuff.
Oh,
You ever worked with him? Or anything?
I never worked with Quincy, no. I wish I would have.
that'd
He's
be an
still
honor,
around.
too.
Yeah.
I think I worked with Bill Cosby, but I think it's when he had Elemento Productions or something down on Sepulveda Boulevard. They had that Kids Say the Darndest Things show, you know. So my son was gonna go on this show, you know, down there.
I've
so
heard
we went
that
down there,
movie
check that out one time.
Oh, kids say the
Yeah, we had to do the Jello pudding commercial. No, just kidding. No.
But see, I've worked with Danny Thomas at being all quiet.
You have?
This is my
You've
right
worked
hand
with this
man.
guy?
Yeah, this guy right there, I've worked with
That's
him.
an honor and stuff too,
Yeah,
right?
he's good.
You
man.
do a lot of projects together, or
We connected at the hips, man.
Yeah.
But is it mostly
How long?
like
How long have you known each other for?
How long?
It
Couple
seems like a
years.
lifetime.
Seemed like a
2 years,
lifetime.
3 years?
He's on Sassy. It was almost like the
I
song
could
was
tell,
waiting for him.
You know,
the
I heard
album.
that keyboard. I knew,
Oh,
I knew
man.
that was you. I heard that keyboard and I was like,
Yeah,
I could tell that. I could tell that style.
He's
You
got
know,
a
when you
style.
got a style with the art, with the painting,
Yeah,
or
man.
music, you can tell who that artist was.
his brush,
Sometimes,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
if you
He's a
experienced it
funk
before.
master, man. Everything, it was
That
almost like the album was waiting on him. I tell you, we were going through so many challenges with this album, even to the point where I got annoyed in my throat. And every time something happened disastrous, something came out great.
Right.
He came along, he's playing on all the
Yeah.
tracks. Juan Escovedo came along,
Right.
and we even have jazz guitarist Carl Locken on a couple of tracks.
Right.
And of course, Levi's played on some of the tracks. Timmy Baker, you know.
Timmy
he's
Baker.
right, yeah, you know. So
Drums, right? Percussionist.
Timmy actually is playing guitar.
Oh, he plays
and
guitar
then
on that
you
one.
have
Yeah.
Juan Escovedo from the Escovedo family. He's doing the drums and percussion on this
Right.
album. And it was just, everything just worked out, man. I mean, we're talking about right to the deadline. And when Danny came in, it was a wrap. It was really.
Is it like your newest poster, right?
Oh yeah, that's for the Silos gig on the 30th.
This is for Silos, everybody. So it looks
November
pretty cool.
30th, Saturday.
That's tight. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that
Looks good.
picture.
Friends and
It's
family. Yeah, that's the album cover actually.
That's the album cover too?
Yeah, that's the album cover. Yeah.
So where can they go out and get that album right now?
It's
Anybody
available.
wants to buy it, you know what I mean?
It's available
Not
everywhere.
prices, but just like locations. and
Tape
stuff.
Music Group will be the easiest way. Tape Music
Which
Group.
one?
Tape Music Group down.
Tape?
Yeah, Tape Music Group is a label out
Okay.
of Oklahoma. It's online now, so you can get
Right.
it. So it's out there. Yeah.
And
They
you
just
ha-
released it.
And do you have any website or email?
Yeah,
that you wanna put out there?
SargentTucker.com.
SargentTucker.com?
That's the easiest way.
Okay,
It's
that's
a
the
link to
easiest way to
tape
get
there.
anything
Yeah.
that they need to know.
Is it the
basically.
full word Sargent or the SGT?
SargentTucker.com. And I got a link to Tate, so you don't have to worry about running
Right.
your credit card to me. It just goes
Right.
straight to them.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you were talking about like sometimes there's an accident and it comes out something good. This guy had this guy on a couple of times from Timex Social Club, did that song Rumors, and I said, where did that ring come out on the keyboard? And he goes, well, one guy was just mad one day and they've seen that that song Rumors, you know?
Yeah,
he said
remember
the
that.
guy got mad and he goes, let's take it again from the top. And the guy went because he's all mad and they go, keep that in there. And then that became the beginning of the whole song. So it's like #1 hit song in '86. You
A
know?
lot of amazing nuances come out of just
Mistakes or
Mistakes
accident
and
or
something, you know.
tragedy bad and then something
It's
good
true,
comes
it's
from
true.
it. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, right? You know,
Yeah, Levi was good, and I'd be
Right.
like, I should do that over. You know, like, no. And you were thinking like, okay. So that's why having a producer is kind of good, because you have somebody else that you have to trust
Right.
that really hear things. Because a lot of times artists get too cut, you never get it finished. You
Right.
just kind of cut. Well, let me go back and do that again. Let me go do
yeah,
that
I think
again.
I could fine tune this a little bit, but yeah, right, a little
So,
bit better than
I was
perfected.
blessed with him.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's got the ear and the experience,
And the
knowledge
know-how, yeah.
to say that's fine, don't touch it anymore.
That's enough.
Quit while you're hitting, because it's perfect. You know,
Now,
when you got
pre-show
it
you
all
were-
fine tuned, right?
Pre-show, he was talking about that he went on to a 5-string bass and a 4-string bass, and to help the singing. Do you find it kind of hard to sing and keep a beat with your bass? Because I play guitar and sing, and it took me a while to learn how to do that. You know, but bass is a whole other. You're doing other stuff there. You're roaming.
You know, it's so funny. You don't know. You know, like they say, kids are like not afraid of computers, but adults are.
Yeah.
And so it's like, when I first picked up a guitar, first I started with guitar. My mother bought me a guitar. I was 5 years old. So I always go back to that. And I remember talking to her and telling her I was 6 years old, and she corrected me. And she said, I think I know how old you were because I bought the guitar. You were 5 because my birthday's in February. You
Right.
turned 6. Long story short, I got this big old acoustic guitar. My uncle, who was older, got this little tiny guitar. We had to trade.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy. So I walked around the house and wrote this song. And the minute I picked the guitar up, you know, you're a kid, right? You just start singing. You don't know any better.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So I never ever played
natural-
without singing
Yeah,
or
it's just a
sung without
natural
playing.
talent. It's just a gift from
even
God.
I
just
was
implanted
probably
in you
silly
already.
because I got in trouble for what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's how I started playing, and people were like, "I never realized you had to learn to play guitar or a good bass and then sing."
Yeah, yeah.
I always did it all at one time.
I always thought it'd be hard for drummers to, because I don't play drums, to drum and sing at the for a really good drummer that can sing, like like with the Beatles, somebody like that. Ringo
Yeah, she
Carpenter.
was good at that. Yeah.
Buddy
Ringo
Miles,
Starr,
yeah.
and Karen Carpenter. Yeah, I think that's a good talent that they can play the drums and sing. I think that would be difficult, but I don't. I think just drums are difficult for me.
Yeah.
Now, anything else I like.
You know, I've had people say and tell me, because I'm kind of slow with this, that bass playing is very difficult to sing because a keyboard player was saying to me one time, we could pad on guitar, but with bass, it's kind of like a arpeggio style where you're playing single notes, so it's never really
Right,
it's,
right.
It's always
Walking
moving.
the Roman bass, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they say it's pretty hard. So I like Paul McCartney. Well, James Jameson, I don't know if he was a singer, but if you the Beatles, Paul McCartney.
Right.
It really was doing. I think he was so underrated because he sung everything and played it
Oh, yeah.
and made it seem so easy.
Right.
But there's other guys that play the slapping style like Graham. It's kind of
Yeah.
like chording a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're doing arpeggio, it's like constant movement. That's I think we usually
I think
lose.
keyboards are my favorite.
You could pad on keyboard too.
I love keyboards. It's my favorite. One of my favorite things to do. It's like
No.
keyboards.
Playing those instruments
Go ahead.
and playing the instruments and singing at the same time. Sometimes I don't feel bad. Now, I do play and sing at the same time. However, I don't do any roaming notes, any arpeggios or anything like that while I'm singing, because it does throw you off a little bit. But B.B. King, he can't play and sing at the same time. You ever notice that?
See.
Yeah, he'll do his little lick, and he'll sing a lyric and do another lick, and then
Learn something new every day.
So your birthday coming up in February, you said? Huh?
Yeah.
February what?
February 9th.
9th? Okay.
Yeah.
That's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. I mean, early birthday, right?
They always
so it's better
come
than
out.
belated.
Yeah.
So, you know, a little ahead of
Got to
time.
keep having those things, you know.
Yeah. So we got
every
about
once in a while.
we got about 9 minutes left, so we still got plenty of time to chat and promote stuff right here.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Tell me, how did Sergeant Tucker come into play? How did you get the name Sergeant Tucker?
You see, that's a good one because the guys that did it, it was one of those accidental things. Like when my sister, who named me Sergeant Tucker,
Right.
when she said Sergeant Tucker, it wasn't like flattery.
Right.
It was kind of like my younger brother, and she had a problem with the fact that I was in band really early, and she was older, but I stayed out late.
Yeah.
And then I had this thing about ordering her around.
Yeah.
So to this day, I don't know. She'd have to tell you, but she started calling me Sergeant, and she would do a sarcasm. Yeah, it might have been from the show Joe Friday. I don't really know, but when she started saying, "Who's he? He think he ruling? You don't boss me around." Oh, Sergeant Tucker. And the promoter heard this thing when I was in McCullough.
Yeah.
So ever since then, he said, "Oh, that's your handle, man. Sargent." And I said, "Okay." You know, because my legal name is Johnny, so they can call me Johnny, he can call me Sergeant, but
I thought it was
so it's
like,
been with me.
I thought it was like Sergeant Pepper's, you know?
No, actually that's spelled like the military.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is
S-E-R.
really like a nickname, Sargent.
Yeah, that's
but
how
it
I
gives
spell
that flavor, yeah.
Which will be in the credits. I put it
Yeah.
up like that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I thought maybe it was a switch between, because when he said Sergeant Tucker, I was thinking Marshall Tucker.
Yeah,
Marshall
I've
Tucker.
seen.
Oh, there's a
I
Marshall,
knew the
yeah.
flute player from Marshall. He's from this area, right?
Yeah.
Here
Yeah.
in Napa. His cousin lived up on the hill. Right?
Yeah.
The guy used to get free passes going to see them backstage passes down in
Yeah.
Pep. What is it? Winterland and Pep. All those.
There's some other
places down in the
Tuckers out
city, you know,
there.
back then, you know.
Marshall Tucker Band.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Sergeant Tucker thing is a totally, the sound is the same, but the spelling is totally
Right.
different. It has nothing to do with the military at all.
Yeah. Well,
So-
it was for you because you're a little. You got to hang out late, right?
You were the
So,
drill
like,
sergeant.
You know that guy
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice? He said that his name was an insult because everybody goes, "Oh, vanilla," right? You know, like it was a cut. You know, they were saying, "Oh, vanilla," you know? And then he kept that insult as a title. You know, right? So you never know. So you get a.
Yeah, she coined that though. She sure did.
That's pretty cool how things like that
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. And I was signed
And
with
it stuck.
McCullough.
I mean, that's been a while,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, you know.
When I signed with McCullough back in the day, it was Sergeant Tucker, you know, and we had a song with his partner wrote with me,
Right.
Martin Riley, a.k.a. Buddy Blues, called "Come See Me," which did really good over internationally, you know, because that's where they were based.
Did you ever get any nicknames, Danny?
For me?
Yeah, ever? Not once, maybe
I
once or
picked up
twice.
a couple or two or three.
Can't say them on TV or
No,
It's
no,
like,
you can't say 'em.
He has a lot of nicknames, but we won't
That's what I
mention
thought.
him. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But just don't call me late for dinner. That's the
Yeah.
man, You call me anything, don't call me late. for dinner.
He's such a humble guy, and Danny's so underrated, man. It's like, I'm so glad we're together because I just don't think he was appreciated.
He's
I
the
really
greatest.
don't. Oh, he can play, man.
Oh,
Well, you
man.
have somebody that
On
can
the
add
keyboard?
flavor,
play.
You know,
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
It's more than,
I
you know
love
what it
keyboard.
is? He's got this ability that I find, matter of fact, our mutual friend, Buddy Blues, he could listen to a song and adapt to that song.
Right.
Everything is always right.
Yeah.
And you just can't teach that.
Yeah.
He doesn't just play.
Right.
He listens to the
He
music.
listens.
And then the next thing you know, he's dialed up some stuff. The perfect example is one song on there called Perfect Lover. When he came in and played the beginning of Perfect Lover, I was like, wow. And then on this other song he played on Can Lovers Be Friends, he played the solo. I like the solo better than the whole song. I can't wait to the solo. Forget me. Can we get to the solo?
Yeah. That's the best part of the whole thing right there.
It's good. So it's
That's
a
good.
blessing,
I
man.
used to listen to I like Herbie Hancock keyboards, you know, speaking of keyboards. Miles Davis, kind of, sort of, Spyro Gyra. You know, mostly I like to listen to Herbie Hancock a lot. You know, I like that. You know, as far as jazz, you know, and stuff goes like that.
Yeah.
I like the Headhunters album. You know, then there was that was the album where it looked like a big old clock with his face on it, right? Then they had the other album where he's like in a spaceship,
Headhunters,
and
yeah.
that little spaceship, I forget the name of the album, had the little keyboards wrapped around inside
I
this
know what
little
you're talking
bubble.
about. I remember
And
the
he's like,
cover.
that was a cool album too. Yeah.
Oh, he's bad. Man.
Yeah.
That guy does some wild stuff.
What was some
Love
stuff
him.
that you might have? We got 4 minutes left. What was maybe something that has Ray Charles ever like been a big deal to you when you were learning keyboards and all? 'Cause I miss
Yeah.
him. I miss Ray Charles.
Just his groove, his style of music, you know, because he kind of took the gospel flavor and turned it into blues and R&B and stuff, you know, and it was so his flavor was so pure, you know. I met him in the airport, shook his hand, man.
Yeah?
He was very nice, very perfect gentleman.
But he saw you first, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We're doing one of his
I
songs
saw
too,
him
by
once,
the way.
but you didn't
Which
see
one?
me. Right?
Which one we doing?
Are you telling me? It's your show.
No, tell him what song we doing.
Danny's quiet today.
I got it on the tip of my tongue.
I got a woman.
I started even. That's why. That's why.
I got a woman.
We
There.
got close down. She good to me.
I got a
Unchain
woman.
my heart.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Isn't that a classic?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about Stevie Wonder a little bit earlier too, right?
Yeah.
Like he played harmonica when he first started out. Remember, like when he was a teenager, you know. So we
Yeah.
got about 3 minutes left. We still got a little bit more time to chat.
Doing his songs too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Stevie?
and then he
Couple
went
of
into
his.
keyboards right after that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was-
Good harmonica. He started out what you say blues, and then went into.
I remember Fingertips was I think a blues harp, but then the chromatic harmonica.
I just remember seeing him on that beach
Yeah.
blanket bingo, whatever one of those movies was down in Southern California, and he was out on the beach, and then he's like a little kid, and he started
He's
playing
just a-
harmonica and jamming.
Everybody knows
And
guys
some
is
old,
pure
one of
genius.
those old movies, you know, from the 60s. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
I'll
So we
never
got a
forget
couple
it.
minutes left. You guys got any shout outs you want to do, or
Website.
promotions,
We were
or
like friends.
emails?
You can friend us at Danny Thomas, Danny A. Thomas on Facebook, or Danny Thomas Future Movement.
I've got both
on
of those on the
Facebook.
credits too. So
Fantastic.
Facebook,
We
it
love
says at
friends.
the end,
I
and
love
when you watch the
friends.
credits, it'll say Danny Thomas Danny A. Thomas Facebook, and it'll have the Future Movement,
Fan-
and email and your website and all that stuff too.
Don't be
so
shy. Hit
So
us
write
up.
it down, get a pen and paper now. So when the credits are rolling, you can make friends on Facebook, also with me, not with Roland though. No.
Sergeant Tucker.
Don't forget,
Facebook.
Sergeant Tucker.
Sergeant Tucker.
and SergeantTucker.com.
SergeantTucker.com. Hard to
you go.
remember, right?
So we got about a minute left. I got a couple of shout outs I want to do real quick. What's your Facebook? You want to go on Facebook or no? You don't.
I'm
You
on
got too many friends. You don't want.
I'm on Facebook, but
He's
it's
on
like, what is
Facebook.
it called, babe? Then, well,
Facebook. I think it's
There's
called
Neelix One
Facebook.
Karaoke on
Right.
Facebook. You can get a hold of us there. Of course, you can like us and spread the word about us because we are coming out. We're looking for.
And his stuff's in the credits too as well.
It's in the credits.
I typed it. Yep. If you want to get a hold of him, he's got. So what I want to, I was do a little shout out right now because we got to take off and. Boy, howdy. So, guests to the Tylervision show, stay out of trouble. Transportation provided by Camel. We'd like to say thanks to our guest, Sargent Tucker here, and Danny Thomas as well, and my co-host right here, Roland Martinez from KSVY Radio. And we'd like to say thanks to our sponsor, Sal the Flower Guy, brings these flowers every week for the last year, right? Every single week for the live show. And say thanks to our live studio audience. You guys can make noise out there if you need to or anything like that, you know, anything. So, you know, that's cool. And our Napa Valley audience is the greatest, right? You know, and our TV audience, the best, right? So God bless you and yours. We got some, we got a new car for the live studio audience today. No, I'm just kidding. And headshots for everybody, right? And watch YouTube, Tylervision 707 YouTube for any of these shows, right? So till next time, America, and pretty much we are out of here until next week, America, right? So. Well,
Sassy, can't be used. Sexy, full of zest.